Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be working on the third exercise from the LeetCode 75 study plan. The question is called Isomorphic Strings and it's the number 205 on LeetCode. Cool, without further ado, let's move to the board. So here we are. The question states, given two strings S and T, determine if these two strings are isomorphic. And what is actually an isomorphic string? Isomorphic strings are two strings where we can replace all the characters from the first string and get to the second string. Alright, sweet. So I've got two test cases here. The test case number 1 is when we've got the string egg and the string add. So the algorithm will return true because we can replace E with A and G with D, and the egg will be transformed to the word add. Sweet. However, if we have a look at the test case number 2, we have the string foo and the string bar. If we replace F with B and O with A, we are alright until here. Let me grab the pen. We are alright until here. However, the last character is an R for the string T, and what we are going to get is BAA, and BAA is different than bar, so we need to return false on this occasion. Sweet. So now we need to take a breather and think about the algorithmic implementation. What I have done here is I have created these 3 steps. These are actually the different conditions that we need to consider. So for the first step, we are at the start of the loop and we know that the character is not part of the hash table. Of course, I'm going to work on hash tables, and what we need to do is we need to increment the occurrence of the hash of this character in the hash table. Sweet. And the second step is when the characters already have a mapping in the dictionary. So what we are going to do then is we're going to increase again by 1 the number of occurrences of that character. And the step 3 is the final case where we are in that occasion. So when a mapping exists, however, one of the characters doesn't map to the other character, and as we saw earlier, O is going to map to A, so we're getting bar instead of bar. Sweet. Let's move to the LeetCode website in order to solve everything algorithmically now. So here we are, given two strings, and let me check the constraints again. Of course, these two strings have to be equal. So I'm going to start by just have an initial condition where I'm going to check if these two strings are equal, and if they are not, I'm going to return false immediately, so we don't need to execute anything further than that. Sweet. Now I'm going to create the auxiliary data structures that we need. So we're going to have S hash map, and that is going to be an empty object, and I'm going to create the T hash map, which is again an empty object. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a while loop, so I need a counter, current element, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be actually the accumulator, the running index. So I'm going to say while current is less than or equal to the end of the S string. Then what we can do is we need to move and check, and we need to actually play with these 3 steps and determine whether we are in that situation or this situation or that situation. So first thing first, what I'm going to do is check if the S hash map of the S current. What I'm going S current. I think it's gonna be easier if we say no S current is different to T hasmap of the current. And of course I have forgotten to close the square bracket, and when that happens then we return false. Super. And now we have covered a situation where when the character exists in the hasmap, but one of them doesn't match the correct mapping. And this is a situation where we need to return false. Sweet. So now we are going to say S hasmap of S current, increase that by current, increase that by 1, and T hasmap T current incremented by 1. And here just increment the counter, and now if everything runs until the end, then we need to return true because we have isomorphic strings. We run this algorithm and alright, it returns false. Let me check that again. So current blah blah blah, if S hasmap of S current, yes, of course, that's wrong. That shouldn't be like that. It should be like current plus 1, because we play with the index of that and not with any value. Okay. Sweet. If we submit that, super. That works for me. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that. Catch you in the next one. Cheers!